Welcome to my presentation on information and communication technology literacy for women in sustainable employment. My name is Dr. Leslie Farmer. I coordinate the Teacher Librarian Program at California State University in Long Beach, and I coordinate the ICT literacy community for Merlot. Merlot stands for Multimedia Educational Resources for Teaching and Online Learning, and it is a repository of open educational resources, over 100,000 of them that are provided by the academic community. So, what's the issue? Well, more jobs have to deal with information and its many formats, including technology. And so we need to, be able to be literate in those areas. But workplaces oftentimes don't provide that training. They kind of assume it. And so what happens is people get left out. Women in particular, they tend to have less training and less practice in ICT literacy skills than men. And you'll also see that women tend to be underrepresented in some industry sectors, which are often very sustainable in terms of salary and opportunities, such as manufacturing, information technology itself, construction, transportation. So what happens then is that there is another digital inequity and economic inequity. So what are we talking about in terms of ICT literacy workplace skills? So ICT literacy can be part of helping people to find information, evaluate it, use it, generate it. And so in the workplace, we're talking about how ICT can help in terms of productivity or particular applications for a specific community. It talks about finding information about other businesses, competitive intelligence. It means knowledge management, that is to organize information in-house and make it available for easy and effective retrieval and use. It also means analyzing data and being able then to take actions based on that. And it also just means just the straight communications that happen in-house and with the public. So I have here a good little introductory video about data literacy in the workplace for you. I also want to put a plug for open educational resources. These can be really good in terms of preparation of ICT literacy for the workplace. So we're talking about those educational materials that are offered freely and openly for anyone to use. And there are various kinds of permissions, licenses for folks to revise them, remix them, download them, retain them, use them, improve them, redistribute them. And certainly, for students that are, being prepared for the workplace, OERs as, tools for learning are free. So it really helps in terms of their budgets. There's a lot of OERs that are available at this point, and it provides then with more choices. Oftentimes these are digitally available, so that can help in terms of access and use. Oftentimes it means that those materials are available in a more timely fashion, because it doesn't have to go through a print process and distribution. It also gives folks an opportunity to kind of pick and choose materials, mix them, add to them, comment, on them. And also it's the idea of open education. And certainly we're talking about women who might not have as much of a voice in education or have been involved as much in terms of ICT use and generation. OERs provides fewer barriers, more accessibility for those folks then to be engaged, in this field and in a more active way. And so the question then becomes like, so how do you find them and how do you select them? And again, we're using an ICT literacy lens in this case. So there is a solution, to this. Skills Commons and WISE, Women in Sustainable Employment, can provide then equitable digital training. So let me tell you a little bit about those. And on top of it, we need to be talking about Merlot ICT literacy because it kind of like puts all of this together. Skills Common and WISE are both partners within Merlot, which I talked about earlier. And then there is that community of ICT literacy that really focuses, on, these skills, and then has as part of its mission workplace development. So let's see how that plays out. ICT literacy has a number of what we call bookmark collections. So those are like bibliographies, and they include materials from Merlot as well as other outside resources, specifically about ICT literacy in the workplace. Merlot also has the opportunity for folks to create courses, training modules, and self-paced tutorials. And those are all available in Merlot, and those are also then added to the Skills Commons. So let's take a look at the WISE pathways, because we really are focusing on women in sustainable employment. So there are a number of materials that are available in this, set of initiatives. So we're talking about employability, skills, whether it's soft skills or skills in terms of communication, mathematics, what are the particular skills for manufacturing, for example, that women need to know about so that they can be marketable. You can see that they have both workplace learning kinds of opportunities as well as fiscal communications and numeracy. Skills Commons is another set of resources. And again, their thing is workplace development. All the materials are provided under the Creative Commons license, including those that have been added by the ICT literacy community. And they are largely done by educators in post-secondary institutions, a lot of it from community colleges. I would say that the core audience for women being trained for workplace in sustainable sectors is in community colleges. So let me just give you a couple of details about the ICT literacy group. And again, it's ictliteracy.merlot.org. And here are then the headings for the bookmark collections. And you can see that there are, several that have to do, with careers. Very specifically, there's the workplace ICT literacy for women, but you're seeing also things like, STEM and the health professions, certainly. And then there are ones that are just ICT literacy that have to do with, integrating ICT literacy into instruction, media literacy, etc. This is an example of an ICT literacy in the workplace tutorial, and it goes through then what some of those skills are and finding resources, evaluating resources, managing, information in the workplace. Again, this is all within Merlot. And this is an example of a teacher's guide for ICT, literacy, and in this case specifically, media literacy. And it includes the PowerPoints and how to prepare for instruction, etc. This is an example of a course that's directed to educators about ICT literacy and how to integrate it. And then again, here's a specific bookmark collection for Replace ICT Literacy for Women. And know that if you're a member of Merlot, which is free, then it's possible for you to create your own bookmark collections. Students can also be members of Merlot for free. And so another opportunity for them to gain experience is for them to also develop these kinds of collections, these kinds of courses. So again, hopefully this gives you some ideas on how ICT literacy can be helpful for women, and I provided you with some resources to get you started on that.